This is Mr. Jeff, and I'm glad to invite you today into our class. And today I'll be looking at mathematics, grade 7. Yeah, I'm a teacher of mathematics, and I'm looking forward to interact with you so that we can break down this particular area, that is square root of decimal, to make it more easier. You know, it's something I say, mathematics is fun because mathematics, it's all about numbers. You play with numbers, and you remember mathematics is life. You need it everywhere. In anything that you're doing, you need to have these skills so that you can use them here and there. Very nice. Now, before we can look at square root of decimal, I just want to do a recap of this particular topic that we refer to it as square root. And you remember we said that square root, or a square of a number, it's a number multiplied by itself. A very good example, if you're told find the square of 50, yeah, remember we said if you ask to find the square of 50, that means that is 50 times 50, and that will give you 2,500. Therefore, the square of 50 is 2,500. Therefore, anytime you're finding the square of any whole number, you only need to multiply that number by itself. That is how you find the square of a whole number. We also looked at square of fractions, square of decimal, and the same will apply. Because if you have a fraction like 4/7, and they are asking you to find the square, it is still the same. You take the fraction 4/7, you multiply by itself, and that will give you 20, that is 4 times 4, 16, 7 times 7, 49, you get 16/49. Therefore, if you square any fraction, you only need to multiply by itself to find the square root of that particular fraction. Same to decimal, yeah? If you have 0.4 square, you only need to do 0.4 times 0.4. Yeah, and you can find the answer to that. 0.4 times 0.4, I believe you'll be able to get the answer because we're saying square of a number, it's a number multiplied by itself. Now, from there, we went to square root, and square root, it is the reverse of square. For instance, what is the square root of 2,500? The answer will be 50. That is for whole number. What is the square root of 16/49? When you find the square root of 16/49, you go back 4/7. Therefore, square root, it is the reverse of square. And in our today's lesson, I want us to discuss square root of decimal. How do we find square root of a decimal? And I'll be taking you through that. Therefore, I'm looking forward to have an interactive session with you. Therefore, pay attention, be ready with your pen, your calculator, and your book so that we can work out this together. Very nice. Therefore, we will work out a number of examples together with you. Therefore, get ready so that we can do this together. Are we together? Very nice. Therefore, let us look at the following examples. We are told John made the following number cards. John made the following number cards. The cards made by John is these are the numbers that were in the number cards. Very nice. At your free time, you can also make number cards bearing decimal place, and then you can use them to find the square. Very good. Therefore, these are the 3 number cards that were made by John. One has a number, you can see this, that is 1.21. The other one is 4.84. The other one is 3.21. 6-1. Now, we want to find out the square root of these numbers that you can see in these number cards. Now, we will begin with the first one, that is 1.21, and I'll be guiding you on the way you're supposed to do it. And because we are finding the square root, this is what we shall have. The first number, that is 1.21. What are we looking for? We are looking for square root. That is the symbol we use to denote square root. Are we together? Now, because our number is in decimal point, the first responsibility we have here is to convert our number into a fraction. Are we together? Now, we will convert 1.21 into a fraction. Now, look at the place value of the decimal place. At this particular point, we say we have tenth, then we have hundredth. Therefore, if we are to write this number as a fraction, it will be 121 over 100, because the place value is tenth hundredth. Therefore, it will be 121 over 100. Therefore, this is what you will have. That is 121 over 100. Are we there? Very nice. Therefore, after converting the decimal number into fraction, the second step we are supposed to partake here is to find the square root of the numerator. Are we together? Our numerator is 121. Which number can you multiply by itself to give you 121? Very nice. We know that 10 times 10 is 100. True? Now, what is 11 times 11? I believe 11 times 11, that will give you 121. True? You can try that? Yes. Therefore, the square root of 121 is 11, because even with your calculator, you can try to do square root of 121, and that will give you, that is 11. Are we together? Therefore, the square root of the numerator, which is 121, that will give us 11. Are we there? Hope you're working with me as we do this together. Then, after finding the square root of the numerator, let's also find the square root of the denominator, because it is still under square. Now, what is the square root of 100? Or in other terms, which number can you multiply by itself to get 100? I believe that is 10. 10 times 10 is 100. Therefore, the square root of 100 is 10. Are you getting it? Therefore, the square root of 100, that is 10. Very good. Now, after getting to that particular point, we have already found the square root of our fraction. That is, the square root of 121 over 100 is 11 over 10. But because our number was in decimal point, we have to convert 11 into decimal. Therefore, if you convert 11 over 10 into a decimal, if you cancel this 0, the decimal points move back. Therefore, what will be the answer? The answer will be 1.1. And that is the square root of 120. Sorry, for 1.21, its square root is 1.1. Are we together? Very nice. Now, because you can understand what we are doing, as I try the second one, you can also try it, and the third. Therefore, allow me to do the second one, then I leave. The third one you can also try while seated back at home. Very good. Therefore, the second number here, we have 4.84. Therefore, we are looking for the square root of 4.84. Remember, I said, first, you look at the place value. The place value is here. 10th hundredths. Therefore, you write that number as a fraction now. And that will be 484 over what? 100. What are we looking for? Square. I've said, after after you change the decimal into fraction, you have to find the square root of the numerator and the denominator. Therefore, with your calculator, you can get me the square root of 484. And I believe that will give you 22, because 22 times 22 is 484. Therefore, that is the square root of 484 is 22. This one is very simple. The square root of 100 is 10. Nice. Now we have already found the square root of the numerator and the denominator. Now our answer is in fraction form. You can see this is an improper fraction because the numerator is bigger than the denominator. But we are saying we have to leave our answer as what? As a decimal. Therefore, I say when you cancel that to 0, the decimal points move back. What will be the answer? The answer will be 2.2. Therefore, the square root of 4.84, that will give you 2.2. I want to believe you're getting something. And as I said, mathematics is all about numbers. And you can see we are just playing with numbers and concepts. And immediately you understand that, you can practice as many questions as you can. Are we together? Yeah? Okay, let me do a bonus question. But this one, remember, you're the one to try this one. Yeah? But allow me to do a bonus question. Then from there, I can give you some questions. You try them wherever you are and see if you can understand this. In case you don't understand, you can still comment and ask any question that you might have. Very good. Now, there's a question here I want us to look at. Question here we are told, calculate the square root, of 0.0081. Now, let's look at that particular question. I know this is a very interesting question. They want us to find the square root. I've said the symbol for square root is what? Square root. Square root of what? 0.0081. Now you remember we said the very first step, but I think you can be trying this one, yeah? You can try to follow the steps that I've already guided you through. Then I will do it, then we can see, are we getting the same answer? Are we together? Therefore, try that as I prepare a place where I can leave some work for you, because after this question, I'll give you some trial questions so that you can try them at home and see if you can, if you understand how to find the square root of decimals. Are we there? Very nice. I believe you're almost getting the answer. Now, you remember I have already noted out step number 1. We ought to convert, that is the decimal number we have, into a fraction. And I said, to make it easier for you, look at the place value of the decimal places. Here we have 10th. You go to 100th. When you go to thousandths, then we have 10th, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000. True? Very nice. If you convert that number into a fraction, that will be, the whole number here will be 81 over, you'll say 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. Therefore, it will be over 10,000. What are we looking for? We are looking for square root. Are we together? Now, from there, you remember I noted by saying you have to find the square root of the numerator, then the square root of the denominator, so that you can get your answer and then later convert it into decimal. Then what is the square root of 81? The square root of 81 is what? You remember we said, if you square a number, and I said a number multiplied by itself, it gives you 81. The square root of that number, the square root of 81 will be that number. Therefore, what can we multiply a number by itself to get 81? I believe that is, not 8. 8 times 8 is 64. What about 9? 9 times 9? 81. Very good. Therefore, the square root of 81 is 9. Very nice. 9 over, what is the square root of 10,000? Yeah? I believe you can also get this one very quickly. You can get it here with our calculator. What are we getting? We are getting the answer as what? 100. Very nice. Therefore, this will give us 9 over 100. But because we must leave our answer into decimal, we have to convert 9 over 100 as a decimal. And of course, how many decimals do we have here? We can say 1, 2. Therefore, we move 2 steps. 1, 2. Therefore, we shall have what? We shall have the answer as 0.09. And that is the square root of 0.0081. Hope you're getting what we're doing. Therefore, allow me to leave some practice questions so that you can try this back at home. Are we together? Yeah, very nice. Let me give you some practice work. You can try this at home. Yeah. And immediately you're done, you can comment and tell me what you have learned. Very good. The question 1, it will work out the following. Work out the following. The first one is the square root of 0.49. The second one, we have the square root of 0.0036. The third one, we have the square root of 0.0001. Then number D, we have the square root of 7.84. Yeah, let me give you one more question where you're told the area of a square carpet is 3.6. Or we can have 3.24 meters squared. The question is, what is the length of one of its side? Now, these are the questions I would like you to use to do more practice. Question 1, we have A, B, C, and D, and we have question 2. You can use this particular question to work out the square root of those numbers and see if you have understood the concept on square root of decimal. Therefore, I want to stop at that particular point. When we meet in our next lesson, I'll be looking at the next topic that is on algebra. You can go find out more on algebra so that when we meet in our next lesson, we can discuss more about algebra. Otherwise, have a very blessed time. Enjoy yourself as you learn more and build yourself to become the mathematician and the kind or a learner that we need. Therefore, have a blessed time. Thank you so much. See you next time. Goodbye. See you.